Hello everyone, welcome to today's news charter. Before starting the topics of the day, let us discuss the most important one, that is the prelims practice question. And this a question on this particular topic you can expect in prelims or in mains also, because green hydrogen has been in news regularly. When they study about green hydrogen, a lot of people miss out on another topic, which is green ammonia. So government has been promoting both hydrogen and ammonia to be produced in a green manner, that is, in a renewable manner. So four statements are provided and they are asking which among the following is incorrect. So in order to answer such questions, you have to know about the topic in a very detailed way. Unless you know in a completely detailed way, it becomes very difficult to answer. Let us see the first statement. The production target is $5 million by 2030. It is a normal data, and almost for several days, this particular policy has been covered in news. So you need to remember it was 5 million by 2030. So this is correct. Producers will be allowed to set up bunkers near ports for storage of green ammonia, but not green hydrogen. So this is one statement. Third one, manufacturers of green hydrogen and ammonia are allowed to purchase renewable power from the power exchange, and then a single portal for carrying out all activities, including statutory clearance, in a time-bound manner. So in this particular question, if you see, four statements are provided, out of which one statement is incorrect and the rest are correct. So first statement is anyways obviously correct. Production target is 5 million by 2030. In the second statement, if you see, they have told that producers will be allowed to set up bunkers near ports for storage of green ammonia but not green hydrogen. So whenever you get such statement, you have to be very careful. Usually such statement will have a twist. So when they are providing ports for green ammonia, why don't you provide for a green hydrogen? That beats the entire purpose. So that statement is actually incorrect. Statement B is incorrect. All the other statements are correct. About ammonia and about normal ammonia and green ammonia. Normal ammonia is also important because it is used for agriculture in a very big way. So ammonia is a chemical which is used in manufacture of nitrogenous fertilizers like urea and ammonium nitrate. In most of the regions in India, the soils lack nitrogen, and that is why ammonia becomes extremely important for Indian agriculture. So what exactly is green ammonia? If you manufacture ammonia in a renewable way, using renewable energy, then it is called as green ammonia. That's all. The same applies for green hydrogen also. If hydrogen is manufactured using renewable energy, we call it as green hydrogen. So it is produced by using hydrogen from water electrolysis and nitrogen from the air. Ammonia's chemical formula is NH3. That means nitrogen and hydrogen are included here. So how do you take nitrogen for this? Nitrogen is separated from air because air has a lot of nitrogen in it. And then for the sake of getting hydrogen, we electrolyze water. Electrolysis means water's chemical formula is H2O. You divide H2O, you get hydrogen H2 molecule and then oxygen molecule. So take hydrogen from electrolysis of water, take nitrogen from air, you combine both, you get your ammonia. So that's how ammonia is manufactured. Haber's process is a term you should know from science and technology perspective. For prelims, this is very important. In Haber's process, what happens is hydrogen and nitrogen are made to react together at a high temperature and high pressure. This will result in nitrogen molecules. How ammonia is stored? Ammonia is stored in a liquid form under high pressure. So that's all you should be knowing about green ammonia. So at present, the problems in Jammu and Kashmir has again been in news in the recent times. So recently, some militants attacked the Indian army, in which some army people got killed. And after that, some people were taken for investigation by the army and they got killed in the investigation process. So even the home minister has condemned such activities in a very strict way. He has also told that we will take all kind of measures to prevent this. So when you talk about militancy in Jammu and Kashmir, we need to know what measures the government has taken until now to prevent militancy in the state of Kashmir. One scheme is Udan scheme. Udan scheme is introduced to provide skill to the youth of the valley. PM's development package for Jammu and Kashmir for creating new avenues of employment to build more infrastructure in transportation, health, renewable energy, tourism, etc. Creating institutes like IITs, IIMs, and AIMS in Jammu and Kashmir has also been in proposal. Project Himayat is a project for creating capacity building and employment of youth. One of the major problem with Jammu and Kashmir is unemployment. People, even though they get educated, they do not find good employment with very good package. So employment generation in the state is very less. This is a major problem which Project Himayat will take care of. Project Sadbhavna is another scheme in which Indian Army is helping the youth in shaping their dreams. Indian Army will train the youth for better employment, for better empowerment. Project Umeed is another project which was started to empower women so that women can get employed through self-help groups and through skill development. So these are all the programs you should know from GS 3 point of view, because terrorism is a topic in GS 3. World Happiness Report was in news recently. World Happiness Report 2023. We should be knowing about it. So who gives the World Happiness Report? United Nations Sustainable Development Solutions Network. Remember this very well, because World Happiness Report is important for your examination. So United Nations Sustainable Development Solutions Network released the World Happiness Report in 2023. The World Happiness Report was released recently, but the World Happiness Report was also criticized very severely by the Indian government and by several other experts also. The reason is very simple. India was ranked at 126th position out of total 136 countries in the World Happiness Report of 2023. The problem with World Happiness Report is it placed India at 126th position, whereas it has placed countries such as Russia and Ukraine at 70th and 92nd position. Russia and Ukraine has been on war. People are getting killed in masses, but they have been placed higher than India, which clearly shows that there are a lot of fault with this report. Even though it has its own faults, we have to also consider that we were not able to score well. So why we were not able to score well? The United Nations take this report based on 6 factors. One is social support given by the government to the people. Second, income of the people, income disparity within the people, health indicators of the people, freedom enjoyed by the people in the country, generosity, how generous are people to each other, and then corruption. So in this, the problem in India is social support is given by government, but implementation is not correct. High amount of income disparity is there. Health indicators are very bad in India because there are millions of people under poverty, millions of people under malnutrition. Freedom of press has reduced recently. Uh, Corruption is very high in India. So all these things result in lesser lesser achievement in World Happiness Report. So World Happiness Report is also important from prelims point of view. India has been promoting a scheme called as Viksit Bharat. Viksit Bharat Abhiyan or Viksit Bharat Yatra is a measure by the government to build India as a developed country by 2024. So, is it possible for India to become completely developed within 2024? Let us look at some data. The World Bank says that in order to classify a country as high income country, the gross national income of the people, of an average person, should be more than $13,846, whereas at present Indians have a gross national income of a gross national income which comes under 1,136 to 4,465, which is very less. Even though India at present is under lower middle income category, one another point has to be considered, that is, India got its independence in 1947. From 1947 till 2014, in 67 years, India became 2 trillion economy. But within the next 10 years, India was able to reach 4 trillion economy. This shows that Indian economy has been multiplying too much within a short period of time, even though when the entire world was undergoing serious economic issues, and then even a COVID kind of situation. So India's per capita income increased from $624 in 2004 to $1,560 in 2014. Within 10 years, more than twice it has increased. And in 2022, it became 2,411. So this shows that Indians have been earning more. The GDP has been rising up to a greater extent. So there is a very good chance India can get into the higher income category in 2047. Just that we need to ensure efficient governance and more economic opportunity. One major problem with India is the Gini coefficient. Gini coefficient is a measure to calculate how much income disparity is there within the people. If you look at the graph here, you can see that in the x-axis, they have plotted the share of people, the proportion of people, and then in the y-axis, they have plotted the share of income earned by the people. So in order to be at proper equality in income, the graph should be 45 degrees like this. Whereas in India, if you consider this graph, it will not be a straight 45-degree line. It is a curve like this, which is extended towards the axis. That shows that a lot of income disparity is there in India. India's Gini coefficient was 34.2 in 2021, which is very high. So this is a major problem in India. We have to concentrate on developing equality of income among the people. One important point for mains examination, World Health Organization recently let out a report. Its title was Invisible Numbers. According to this report, 66% of death in India in 2019 were due to non-communicable diseases. This clearly shows that our lifestyle has changed, our food pattern has changed. We are getting more diseased because of our lifestyle. There is high amount of pollution here. Our diabetes numbers are very high. There is a data which tells that India is the diabetes capital of the world. So all these things shows that we need to have a lifestyle which is health oriented. This point is also important because health is a topic in GS2. Main question of the day. In the context of the Viksit Bharat Sankalp is the Sankalp to make India into a developed country by 2047. In the context of this Viksit Bharat Sankalp, critically examine India's scope in converting itself into a developed country by 2047. So whether it is possible or not. So that is something which we should be discussing. So critically examine means what you should be doing is you should give the positives, you should give the negatives. We have already discussed it in our one of the topics. So you have to just give the positives and negatives and then give a way forward in the end. One important point for prelims examination, World Bank has a division called as Environmentally Sustainable Development Division. This division has developed a green index. This green index measures a nation's wealth by incorporating three important components: the total amount of produced assets in the country, total natural resources in the country, and then human resources in the country. Why this point is important? Because in prelims, they can ask a question on green index, because in the recent times, we have been giving too much importance to our environmental growth, environmental development, sustainable development, etc. Today's perspective. That will be all for today. We'll discuss the rest tomorrow.